What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given here with your afternoon snap, and today I am playing a Silver Conquest here with my negative long list. It's one of my favorite decks. This is a really good opening hand. I actually made a mistake. I should have snapped on turn one. I wasn't paying full attention there, but we will try to take advantage of that this turn. I think my opponent's still pretty likely to stay in it here. But with turn 2 ramp into a turn 3 Mr. Negative, feeling pretty decent about our chances. My opponent goes for the Medusa into Washington, D.C. I have been seeing a little bit more Medusa recently, so that's always fun. And then I'll just drop Mr. Negative into Washington, D.C. I would actually really like to battle for Asgard so that I could potentially draw 2 more cards. But yeah, against the Demon, that's going to be too much of an ask here, unfortunately. I could go Gambit, hope to hit a card in Asgard, and then Wolfsbane for 5, so this is a total of 6. If we kill the Demon, they would just have to play a card here that cost 3, or that powers for 3. Seems very, very doable on their part, but the upside of hitting on Asgard is really big. Don't think it's going to be worth it, though, still. You know what? I'll do it. It uses up my energy efficiently. Maybe I discard Iron Man, but maybe I also just card, like, Psylocke. Oh, they go for Beast, which means now we're even more likely to hit off this Gambit. Oh, we hit the Angela, which means now we tie in Asgard, which means my opponent doesn't draw either. So I'll take it. That was definitely worthwhile there. And now, for the final turn of the game, we can draw White Tiger, or we can draw Mystique. If we draw Crystal or Bast, I'm not excited about those cards regardless, but I think I want to hang on to my Ironheart until we potentially draw Mystique. So, I'm just going to go Wong here after playing Psylocke. And we'll see if we can't hit the Mystique next turn and what my opponent does. Hood into Necrotia. Makes me feel like they're just willing to lose in that location, barring like a Scarlet Witch or a Viper or something. We hit Crystal as our last draw. Not super exciting. This puts me down to 0 power and then, like, I don't know, puts me up a little bit more power. We're actually losing pretty hugely in Washington, D.C. That one seems tough to recover in. So maybe I should play Crystal here and just hope my opponent is giving me Necrotia, and then I can potentially win this in Asgard. It's going to be really tough. I think that retreating here would not be a terrible idea. I think that my opponent could actually retreat here. He did play a turn 3 Mr. Negative. Now, they did see us discard the Iron Man to Gambit, so they know we don't have access to Iron Man. They are going to play it out here. Mysterio, so they are definitely losing in Necrotia. That's good. A free location is really gravy. Washington, D.C. looks big. Hitmonkey looks big. Are we going to have enough? We would need 6 triggers to go into Asgard. That just isn't going to happen. And we do wind up losing it for 4 cubes. Even though my opponent just gave us a location for free, we weren't able to put something else strong enough together. By the way, probably should have played the Psylocke into Asgard so that we could have maybe made Tigers here. 2 10-power Tigers would have won this location. So that was definitely a mistake. Yeah. Wasn't thinking about that. Was thinking that I didn't want to put the Psylocke into Asgard because I might want to play 2 cards there. But we were so far gone in Washington, D.C. that, like, I kind of just didn't consider it. But that could have been a cool play. All right, Mr. Negative, and I'd snap. No. I could possibly snap here and bully my opponent a little bit. They could have Serra, though. If they're a Serra deck, and they play so many 2-cost cards, they basically have to be a Serra deck. Alright. give my opponent one more card, and then we'll Bast this hand. Goose is a little bit tricky. It stops most of the things that I have left. Alright, no plays this turn. And my opponent just gonna replay Kitty Pryde a few times. Okay. Rickety Bridge is not terrible. That's a great place to throw White Tiger on the final turn. Just want to do this. Still don't know if they have Scarlet Witch or not. Kind of am just into this. Alright, haven't seen anything super great from my opponent just yet. We do discard the White Tiger. We get the Kitty Pryde, which is a lot of value, though. And I'll just plan on putting, like, Zabu or Mr. Negative or Psylocke here towards the end of the game. Next turn I get to play Zabu plus Wolfsbane. Do not feel like I'm in a great position. Okay, Mysterio to clear the bridge. This all still seems pretty okay to me. So next turn, my plan is to just play Mr. Negative onto Rickety Bridge or Wong or Psylocke, and then Mystique here. Which is really not that great. Maybe I do this instead, just to give myself options with Wolfsbane, though it's always going center. Is this Sarah from my opponent? Turn 5 single play, gotta be Sarah. Blue Marvel. Okay, that's actually a decent amount of power. Then I do draw the Iron Man. But I have to feel like that's a trap at this point, because then I can't play anything to the bridge, so I feel like I have to just do this. I don't feel great about it, but if this is just a game about differential, I'll try it here. What do they have? Do they have Dr. Doom? It's a very popular card right now. Dr. Doom, they win by 5. They lose by 4. Oh, they beat me by 1 on differential, don't they? Wow. Wow. Really, really close game. But unfortunately, another defeat. Okay. This one's going to be tough to come back from. I now have to win the next 5 games in a row against a pretty consistent deck. This is like a deck that I figured a lot of people would play in Conquest because it's just consistent. But maybe we can make something happen. This is not a bad hand at all. Psylocke into Wong, into Mystique, into Ironheart. Quantum Realm is an open location that I can play all of these cards in. If I draw Mr. Negative, that's a... Ooh, or Onslaught Citadel, that's a really good location too. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to drop everything into the Citadel on this one, and we'll get to go a little bit crazy. Titan, Zabu, okay. I think this is quite good. Ooh, the Hood into Quantum Realm is sweet. Goose isn't actually going to shut me down that terribly. We'll shrink the crystal, buff the Ironheart and the Zabu. We can even still crystal into the Wong Mystique to find Gambit. We just have to Zabu the crystal first. Though, looks like that's not actually possible on this curve, come to think of it. So White Tiger now feels, well, White Tiger's not playable. So I think it's just this. The awkward part of this is it makes Gambit into a rather weird draw, because we'll have priority going into the final turn. But I think I still just play it out here. Yeah, maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should have just kept on Ironheart. Yeah, I think this was probably a mistake. They should have played the Doctor no, it's actually less power. Alright, good on them. There's just so many Ironheart triggers. Question is, will we also get to Gambiting? Wolfsbane's fun, but not that strong. Okay, so it's just going to be Iron Man. And we just play it, like, here, probably. No, they can't even win in this location. So we just play it here. They probably don't even play here. Yeah. We're getting some more info about their deck, so that's good if they decide to play more cards. They could just retreat rather than showing us the final 2 cards in their deck. I think that that could... I never thought you'd retreat on a game that's max cubed out in Conquest, but you could actually do a tactical retreat here, which is funny. Do they have a way to swing the Quantum Realm? Oh, Shang-Chi, sure. Okay, but I'm still winning in the other 2 locations. And I think that was a mistake for my opponent. They just gave me info on a game that they could not win. So it's important to keep track of which cards your opponents know about as well. At the same time, like, I don't do that, and the tracker doesn't do that. They should. But they do not. Shadowland and ramp for turn 3 Mr. Negative. We snap it. Ninja is much better for them than it is for me. I mean, it's good with Ironheart, but it's also good with Blue Marvel, Beast, and Dazzler. Turn 2, our location is the Peak. Oh my word. Well, glad I already snapped. Let's take a peek at everything else in our list. Just gonna drop this here. I hear dog barking. I don't think it's Lily. I don't think it's her. That was pretty good, though. Does play into Shang-Chi. I don't think we're going to have any problem winning this game, though. Here, sweetie. Hi, baby. Good girl. Do have to worry about wave slightly. But not really even that much. My opponent can drop a ton of cards into Nidavellir. If they have flipped Angela and Hitmonkey, that's pretty great for them. Yeah, it wasn't her barking. Because I'm still hearing the borks. I don't see any incentive to play anything, though. I'll play Crystal next turn if we draw it, but... There's Wolfsbane. I guess it makes sense to play Psylocke this turn. And I'm not going to play Gambit, despite the fact that it costs a lot of energy. We'll actually have enough energy to play basically everything. I liked... Oh, okay, yeah. That's another thing to think about. I want to play cards here with 3 or less power. I think if we just drop a Mystiqued Iron Man in this location and the Gambit, then we can't lose it, even if they Shang-Chi the Mr. Negative. And then I'll probably just hype up a bunch of power at one point. Alright, there's the beast to bounce the ninja. I think this is going to be a win. It's going to take a while to come back on the full game, though. But let's see what we can do. Iron Man. There's another better way to do this, though. Hold on. It's going to be Mystique and Gambit. So, White Tiger. Bast. Ironheart. Wolfsbane. Iron Man, Mystique, Gambit. Okay, and Shang-Chi comes down first even, so maybe I could have thrown more power into there, but it's not going to matter. Okay, Ninja for positive power in Nidavellir. That is funny, I have to admit. But it's not going to be nearly enough. We get the Tiger into Nidavellir, which actually I wasn't going for. I was trying to have that go into Shadowland. I did not realize they were flipping first, but that's okay. We're still going to win in the other two locations that aren't Shadowland quite easily. I guess we could still win in Shadowland if we snipe the Kitty Pride. Let's see. Might as well. No. We'll take out the... whatever that was. I wasn't looking. Hitmonkey. Okay. Slowly crawling our way back into it. Never giving up here. Now I just have to win 3 games in a row. It's possible. Could happen. I've seen it done before. White Tiger. You don't like the White Tiger or the Iron Man. You like Goose. Ah. Goose should prevent White Tiger and Iron Man, but it doesn't. I hear ya. I don't believe you. That's funny. Alright, no snapping. Snapping is done, but Onslaught Citadel is a really great location for a really great deck. So I don't see any problems here. One mystery card in my opponent's deck that we don't know about yet. Could play Zabu into the Citadel. Oof, that's actually super unlucky for both of us. Though my opponent has Beast, so they can probably still win it in the bar with no name. We unfortunately cannot, as we basted our Mr. Negative. I'm going to leave this for Wong, Mystique, Iron Man, and try to win both of these locations. Okay, game just got a little bit trickier. We're going to lose bar with no name intentionally. That looks like a demon setup to me. I don't really need to play Psylocke this turn. Doesn't matter. I just need to draw Wong or Iron Man next turn. And then Ironheart and have most of the triggers. So I don't actually think I even want to play Psylocke. I want to play Gambit, potentially. Yeah, that's why I was willing to just play the Mr. Negative in there. I figured we'd lose bar with no name regardless. So I think this turn we drop Wong, Mystique. And on the final turn, we're potentially playing Gambit, Ironheart, potentially playing Gambit Wolfsbane. I'd love to play Gambit Ironheart, though. Gambit Iron Man, also totally acceptable. We're fine around Goose here, too, so not too many ways to get absolutely wrecked. Yeah, Iron Man, probably just our best draw, though. White Tiger, not so much. So this still destroys 8 things. It's going to be most of my opponent's cards. We just got to hope that's enough. Okay. Nowhere to go but up. Blue Marvel, that's definitely something I'd like to destroy. And the Demon, yes. Knew that was coming. Let's see what we got. Fingers crossed here, baby. We could take out the Hood, which will be awkward, because then we could have won in the bar with no name, but we just have to kill most things in Savage Land, leave my opponent with 1 card in Onslaught Citadel, and that will be the win. Please kill the Demon. Kill the Demon. I win. Differential game. We tie the Demon, and Wolfsbane gets to beat my opponent here with a crazy big differential. They win by 3. We win by 50, 60. Whew. Never let him see you sweat. 2 more games. 2 more games. We got to claw back in this one. Okay. Onslaught Citadel, really good. Okay. Okay, a turn 3 Mr. Negative. A turn 2 Mr. Negative. Don't mind if I 2. We'll go Psylocke into Mr. Negative here. I like to, as I showcased, it's a little bit risky, but I like to play my early cards out of the first 2 locations. Okay. Don't mind that. The reason being that I want to have multiple options for where to drop my Wong and go crazy with Wong. Now, in this case, I think I am going to play Bast this turn. Just to pump up these cards, everything in my deck is going to get pumped up by the negative. So I think this works. Crystal's a really good draw. If we could finally play a Crystal game, that could be good. Hopefully location number 3 does not screw me. I haven't added any power there yet. So, kind of a weird one. I'm sure it'll be a fine location for us, though. Yeah, sure. That's good. At this point, I think Mystique is copying Iron Man anyway, so let's go Wong White Tiger. Just gotta win this one and one more. I feel confident about this one. We are more or less goose-proof. Goose center this turn could be a little tiny bit awkward, but we're not gonna see it. So don't have to worry about that. Medusa Beast is pretty cool. All right. White Tiger. Hoping for a Tiger or 2 to land in the Metropolis. Could play Wolfsbane in the Metropolis, so I think I'm gonna want a Wolfsbane Wong. Wolfsbane Ironheart Wong, most likely. This turn this game rather, we are playing to have priority going into the final turn. Just kind of curving out. If we hit Crystal, then we can guarantee draw Mystique, which will be really strong. No Tigers into the Metropolis, so I might want to play Wolfsbane there, though I don't really think I'll be able to win the Metropolis anyways against Hitmonkey for 10. I mean, it's a Tiger with 2 triggers on it. The Wolfsbane, rather, with 2 triggers on it. Because Wolfsbane is 9. So the only question is, I actually can hold priority in case we draw Gambit next turn. And then the other interesting thing that I can do is I can just do this, this, which gives me a really big Wolfsbane, and then I kind of ditch the Metropolis. I see no reason to make any plays this turn. My opponent still has 1 mystery card to me. It's very likely a tech card, you would think. But I'm going to gamble here and hold on to my hand, hold on to as many possible decisions going into the final turn. The big thing that could get me is Enchantress. Now the Hitmonkey is even harder to hit. But now we've got the option of Gambit into Hell's Kitchen, which I do really enjoy. So I can play out my whole hand this turn. Just a matter of what do I want to Wong, and where do I want to Iron Man Mystique. I think this is actually just a win. So what I'm thinking is 832 we could play into the Metropolis. Okay, yeah, here's my plan. Abandon Hell's Kitchen, because that's where we have the biggest differential. And use my Wong lane purely as support to pump power here and here. Is this going to be enough? My opponent can't Shang-Chi me, because they have priority. So they're really just going to be playing a Doctor Doom this turn, plus a Beast, and they already played Medusa. Oh, they're illusions. That's what this is. This is Mysterio. Alright, Shang-Chi does nothing. Kitty Pryde does something. Oh, does it do enough? Oh, it does, but we're gonna throw an Ironheart trigger there. So we'll win this location as well. We're currently losing it. But we will get that back assuredly. Just one Ironheart trigger needs to go there. Just one. Thank goodness. Whoo! We also have the Gambit triggers, of course, which could help win us the location. 2-2. We're taking this all the way. This game is the decider. I'm going to give my opponent a fist bump here. May the best deck win, Kirby. And hopefully that is me as we go into round 7. Not the longest battle mode battle that I've had, but one of the biggest comebacks. Wait, what? That was a win? Oh, well then I didn't mean to BM. I thought that I still needed to play one more game. I'm gonna go back and check the tape real quick. Yeah, okay, I'm not going crazy. My opponent still had 2 life left, and they either decided that they just didn't want to do it anymore, or they thought I deserved it. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Either way, my opponent decided to throw in the towel, and I got the win with one of the biggest comebacks ever from 2-10. So that'll be the title of this video, I'm sure. But for today, that's going to be it for me, because that was a really long battle. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.